wedding hall fell silent as the bride slowly rolled toward the altar. Guests whispered behind their hands. Some looked away, others stared with pity, but the cruelest moment had already happened. Just 2 days earlier, the groom had walked away after learning the bride was paralyzed. He said he couldn't handle that kind of life. The wedding was cancelled, the decorations left hanging like broken promises. And everyone thought the story would end there, with heartbreak. But what happened next was something no one in that town expected. Before we begin, if stories about kindness and second chances touch your heart, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, Heartfelt Moments. Like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that remind the world how powerful kindness can be. Now, let's begin. Emma Carter had always dreamed of a simple wedding. She wasn't someone who wanted luxury or attention. Emma loved quiet mornings, warm coffee, and the sound of laughter from friends and family. She worked as a librarian in a small town in Ohio, where people knew each other by name. But 5 years earlier, Emma's life had changed in a single night. A car accident left her paralyzed from the waist down. Doctors said she might never walk again. At first, Emma felt like her world had ended. The hospital days were long and heavy. She watched others move freely while she struggled to sit up in bed. But Emma had something many people didn't. She had determination. Slowly she learned to live again. She returned to work, helped children discover books they loved, and volunteered at community events. Her wheelchair became just another part of her life. Then she met Daniel. Daniel Hayes seemed kind and charming. He owned a small electronics store and often visited the library. He would bring Emma coffee and talk with her for hours about movies, music, and dreams. After 2 years of dating, Daniel proposed. Emma cried with happiness. For the first time since the accident, she felt like her life was moving forward again. The town was excited about the wedding. Emma's friends helped decorate the church with white flowers and soft lights. Her parents were proud and relieved to see their daughter happy. Everything seemed perfect. Until Daniel received a phone call from one of his friends. The friend asked him a simple but cruel question. "Are you really ready to spend your life pushing a wheelchair?" Those words stayed in Daniel's mind. Doubt slowly replaced love. 2 days before the wedding, Daniel sat across from Emma in a quiet cafe. He couldn't even look into her eyes. "I don't think I can do this," he said. Emma felt the words like a sudden storm. "What do you mean?" she asked softly. Daniel rubbed his forehead nervously. "This life, it's just too much responsibility. I didn't realize how hard it would be." Emma's heart broke in silence. "So you're leaving because I'm paralyzed?" Daniel didn't answer. He simply stood up and walked away. The wedding was cancelled that same evening. Emma returned home and stayed in her room for 2 days. The wedding dress hung in the closet like a painful memory. Her mother tried to comfort her. "You deserve someone stronger," she said gently. But Emma felt like the world had confirmed her deepest fear. That no one would truly choose her. Meanwhile, across town, a man named Michael Rivera heard about what had happened. Michael was a single father, raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. He worked as a firefighter and was known in the community for helping others whenever he could. Lily often visited the library after school. Emma had helped her discover her love for reading. To Lily, Emma wasn't the woman in the wheelchair. She was simply Miss Emma, the kind librarian who always saved her favorite books. When Lily heard that Emma's wedding was cancelled, she looked at her father with worried eyes. "Daddy, Miss Emma is sad." Michael nodded quietly. He had heard the story from several neighbors. "What can we do?" Lily asked. Michael thought for a moment. Sometimes kindness begins with a simple decision. The next afternoon, Michael and Lily drove to Emma's house. Emma opened the door slowly. Her eyes were red from crying. "Misema," Lily said brightly, holding a small bouquet of wildflowers. Emma forced a weak smile. "Hey Lily." Michael spoke gently. "I heard what happened. I just wanted to say, no one deserves to be treated like that." Emma nodded, embarrassed. "Thank you, but I'll be okay." Lily suddenly asked a surprising question. "Did you still want to wear your wedding dress?" Emma blinked in confusion. "I guess, I never really got the chance." Michael looked at his daughter, then back at Emma. "Would you like to go to the church anyway?" Emma stared at him. "What?" "Not for a wedding," Michael said softly. "Just so you can have the moment you dreamed about. Walking or rolling down the aisle with people who care about you." Emma didn't know what to say, but something about the idea felt healing. The next day, a small group of friends gathered at the church. There was no groom waiting at the altar. Only kindness. Emma wore her wedding dress. Her father gently pushed her wheelchair down the aisle while soft music played from a phone speaker. Some guests wiped tears from their eyes. Halfway down the aisle, Emma noticed something unexpected. Michael was standing near the front with Lily. When Emma reached them, Lily whispered loudly enough for everyone to hear. "Miss Emma, you look like a princess." Everyone laughed softly. Then Michael did something no one expected. He stepped forward and spoke clearly. "Emma, I know this isn't a real wedding. But I want you to know something." The room became quiet. "You're strong, kind, and incredible. Any person who can't see that doesn't deserve you." Emma felt tears forming again. Michael continued, "And if you ever wanted someone who sees your strength instead of your wheelchair, I'd be honored to take you to dinner sometime." For a moment, no one moved. Then Emma laughed through her tears. "I'd like that," she said. The small crowd began clapping. It wasn't the wedding Emma had planned. But it was something better. Hope. Over the next months, Emma and Michael spent more time together. They went to parks, shared meals, and read stories with Lily. Michael never treated Emma like someone fragile. He treated her like someone extraordinary. A year later, Emma returned to the same church. This time, there was a groom waiting at the altar. Michael, and beside him stood Lily, smiling proudly. Emma rolled down the aisle again, but this time, there were no whispers of pity, only love. Because sometimes, kindness changes a single moment. And sometimes, it changes an entire life. If this story touched your heart, remember that kindness doesn't require wealth, power, or grand gestures. Sometimes it begins with simply showing up for someone when the world walks away. And when we choose kindness, we create moments that can heal broken hearts and open the door to new beginnings. Thank you for watching Heartfelt Moments. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with someone who believes in the power of kindness. Because one small act of kindness can truly change a life.